Yeah, the handsome and so eba. Now go share the French league, Le Championnat. Le Championnat, because they know Le Championnat. There's a FIFA number to go and pay. Le Championnat, non so Andy Lance and a lady. FIFA seven games I'm on Lance. Lance. Inti. I don't know. It's about running in Emu near about the AFCON, the final. AFCON final. How is see a panny out in the Bibiano? They know so on some kakra. And so Edward Bremo said, you know, the referee almost messed up the game. Now, if say that referee for now, say because he was the dynamic car, say calf. Omu go to country. Morocco. Ubi team be baby above from Morocco from the Bombra. He says a man after Morocco. Last time when Morocco is up in Morocco. Yeah. Team names are scientific and normal yes adna. Now referee go for yashi clean go. Clean go as a Opusino.
Send them out penalty and assembly bar home.
The penalty yes but Senegal for so many heading. They almost messed up the entire tournament. But come good tournament in at a point, coach, you know, only say call me by. Coach, I know my coach has someone in free park and so. Call me call bench.
Okay.
Timako catch a coach I could die in Yano is only now. Ubi every park, so Moko bless you, Moko. Nekas, man in a few others, bed 2 or 3 be or. And I've been on Bani on Becassa, no officials, not by Claude by a hard deal for so. I'm so not call me.
Yeah, now offer
Sadio Mane, and on the Casoni coach in the Casa say, Mom Bebo. And on Bamba boy. Now, eventually they won it. In fact, it should have been 2-0 crying there. Extra time. That second chance, I don't know why he missed it. But as I say, Senegal, I just say, Omu golden generation we Omu brutal because the greats of Senegalese players by Omu Ntimianya no. We mo ye.
Yeah.
I don't know who say Senegal coach say or say Sadio Mane say Mane consider retirement after World Cup because or say after World Cup he wants to retire.
Yeah.
Now show me team no, apart from the fact that their players are playing very well in some of these top leagues ever Europe no. Omu senior players now Omu Esiakai Saudi Arabia. Look at how they came to the party.
Yeah.
They played very well. Once because African football, baby, I was the best player of the tournament plays in Saudi Arabia. The best goalkeeper plays in Saudi Arabia. The top scorer is a bench warmer at Real Madrid. On static or Tinchain. I'm going to win the awards, no? AFCON. Until there. Yeah, but so. Ni sama do andi wabo anu nyana dia ba minim de ntia na afi Morocco for no goalkeeper styles nko anu mofa omne Nigeria goalkeeper ko je styles no nko fa e no ko je fufuro bench e no de ba odi gu ho obobo si mu yo we no o ma san fa we de o mo che suit no e na sa peda we de bobo boys suit o mo che suit no me officials no o mo ne fa towel sanso na afi o mo ne Senegal so ba mendi towel no makofa. So Drew said, "I'm now said the deputy goalkeeper and also good genetic on the town on Okuta bodyguard on the bodyguard town. Timendi ya no afa town no. We are no one Jakuta. And no genetic on Okuta town.
Edu we na Morocco player ba ko so akugina on so monitor town.
Senegal for my irate. They were determined to win the trophy.
Let's see, how many a day you got to be near there. Yeah, and Kabako got to
Senegal for Chamona Ubi Busam say na wo mutum say ade no mpeso wo yi ma Morocco for into also mo ni bre.
Yeah,
so we fighting for what they wanted to.
So we heard tournaments in a par year. BBR was being orchestrated. For example, Cameroon say eto complaini pa after omo game no. And we heard 50-50 balls near there yana. It was scripted. Seriously. And I say ahead of the game, a colleague sport journalist didn't come. And no catcher him says, "I'm match no. Chema may bet I'm being careful." Now say the least opportunity be a better game no mo be Andy. Ombeji Bibiama Morocco for. Until what we understand, say a Beko first up draw. That was 1-2 odds near 5. I'll say any least mistake a Bebia Ombeji Bibiaba the Moroccans. And I was not surprised or kind of straight ahead of the game. Say least chance a referee being a piano or be push Morocco. So Morocco phone to me forcing Guardia, and it really came to the party. And Chema or more cases Senegal phone call say tournament. I don't agree with them. Say UCC be done so sorry so I'm paying my own Sisina. I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, clearly speaking. Omu says or mine pay be anya. Yeah, deny by almost 7, and I think what they did really paid off. Bond your number, but some moment you hang a
no man, different story today. So I think that they did very well. Honestly, I think they did well.
Do you want to go for coach? No.
Don't we try to no coach, no players. And coach, no player. Master, the team first, not your tournament. Only when your tournament now will do tournament. Only he's thinking about his team. Say yes, you see the team, they scored a perfect goal. That was not given by the referee. Now referee Robert Joroba say we are not sorry. Oh, I didn't come and say tournament. Referee na can say tournament. It never become referee for them. Ghana Premier League referee for na say no. Ghana Premier League referee for say no. Ko Karim di to Ibra Obrey. Na ni team nice goal. I say if you pay flag say on foul. Say somebody minim boy amohe so go twa bet normal go twa correct score say draw e ko bia so betwe be match
dreams they has to folk no
dreams they has to folk na obi a send a nice goal say o say offside so mo dey express and the show mo say dey ya baso okay the coach bash can say referee say na Uya now I was sitting on the also no referee or no ye bibi park no two station wa I say how the police Ghana police are saying Ghana football fans
and I understand the nations so ne Adriana so
yes
Subaru is taking so called referees so
also charging who's going to go for the charge after game no
yeah
Subaru is taking so charging after game then we are charge omunyina and you so now every no it's good that you are charging them because you feel that they are bringing the name of the game into disrepute. Agreed. But how about the referees?
There.
It looks like we have only 2 matches. Only 2 matches and you catch it a match no D and Sikana or the moment. What it? Eka home, take home. So what fine no. And the referee final moment don't cheska. Just to continue. And I never count just clubs. You three fine
clubs, you find players, you find coaches,
you find players. Referee for them you find your account. You man ban no. Near find account so go jiska. The bet is no go try no di ani aje.
Tama no me no ya adwene pa. As a referees ne so. Na referees ne go so duru ba bia e pon game no mo so be ye mo so ye press conference ni bi. Ni egusa ne say sa dreams go no mo say no. There na sa assistant referee there no hu ya. Sa bo no opeda flag say offside. Kotoko go no mo say no no. There na sa referee ne ko there foul no hu ya. No a kire me nyina ye ti. Adina na wo retime de hu ye.
Chama ye de ye koba ye be yi no be pure referee ne de no ye de ne de ya hwe afcon de because ye de no asem bi wo send meka na me sure so me be ya adwene se ye pese ye kebis ye solve ya e se ye fadi free wo chama oni masem gro club na ankasa clubs na ankasa omo ankasa omo na ma referees ne nsuro omo anti referees ne ko eye rampant ye almost all the clubs na referee yes and I says all benefited the achamo or you okay so I'm benefited the a press conference I say kasa omunja da hypocrisy the club themselves why am I saying that it is very difficult say Ghanaian club bit my honest to say Bianca Hearts me dreams today na Hearts official because the goal was a good goal mbacho so otiate e bia referee anje te se kotoko die chama nanka goal stars pani bia kasa go we die nanka a good goal but e bia referee na omonka say bia kotoko de beto apo kotoko official to say go we die chama nka a very good goal but e bia referee na chama omonka o bia nka no bia ye din but the moment e be kwati omo na no ma all the same people as aba and a way omo they should give us a break a bit. Because then our referees here more powerful Ghana has a chairman. And can referee crow ya dio yes ye but Ghanaian referees or we no openly not just say incommodie come. That is what I see. Is it gonna be says yeah leg in about chairman will be or beji be a referee and one on to Benjiana? AI too rampant almost every venue. Within a week, chairman 3 solid incidents where team officials need referees in Ekoko. AI wrong and among the big clubs. Ghana Kwani was team Ketwa to Mississippi, team Ketse on daylight. In Siwa Babia, in the Dian, Come on, now issue ne buy ni who clubs involvement. The clubs no sunjai. Odi amunyi na amonya one say no club will go see no referee chairman. Into a referee will buy odi bedu game na ko. Na chairman yen a referees no be yes and your money be brana. A denti na ma referees ni nsuro omukọ venue a chairman hwe be bia hostile we wo ho be bi okwa security no still the referees are still okay to want to do omu nsuro bibia denti a. Well,
ni nyina na ye beba so nim se emma no so ball no. Emma no ball no so ya hwe team ba kwa ma. Omso moja ne yi nya asem ketwa. Just a Ghana ball no. Ora catch years okreku I think it's about time. You need to say when you another term no dia mo even yes after number 2 about so many to second one omama ja to say e dia one na be winning say sa to be ma third term no e dia one na be winning started things that you go coach teams no be remember no look like because you feel that they be your friend and now open vote and have binti most starting banning teams no be most starting banning referees be say you have been banned for the rest of the season. So referee where are we into only game be because say two things. For a team to score a perfect goal, that is disallowed. It means that the referee has robbed the team of victory.
Yeah.
No, on referee they determine the scoreline. Because of that, you ban the referee for the rest of the season.
So that's a club crowd approaching our own fee.
What's important I say? Now it shouldn't be made to look like as a club on Kwana officials react here. Yabani omo. Official BB now Oyenipa.
Yeah.
Do you know how he feels? And I said, Coach Karim to a good gunichim. Papa pressure one is so. Pressure one is in the pressure. I said, Brazil be in the ABC say. Now the boko etimia kunya go corner.
Good goal to ball no goal is perfect. The 2 goals no mind in Chama, the F where dreams go baby or place where ball baby Ghana cry and said I said goal from set pieces. Now corner you look at how somebody right the way or jump no nya or pinball. Onu mom no we no abe pinball we see from. The onu mo from no say foul.
Trust me and the can goals no. The 2 goals na go for same way nyina aba no. Now you are near aka the miss. In fact, it's not even a miss. How should I even call it? Hussein Mohammed, he had the ball from the center line. Or born this the Koma goalkeeper.
We want to hear because a wajib bribe chairman. I said the onje bribe.
Oh no, I told down. Other than saying that TikTok, no WhatsApp, not funny video, be a coach video good player. So, me said that coach would be good player. So, because imagine so you coach pa you be ready. Now team Bobo you goalless. Uche you go for go referee. Now when you ball, I was so. Eddie can Yanja Santiago goal. Yanja Santiago goal. Trent, me sure said Nemicha Buza. Why you be ready? Emma catch him and say, Annie. Inti, Mimpese, ye be cancer for her. Tia Santiago go now, you rea. Now, ye de heart to folk, Diano. The dreams have seen so say, no. Ye de no abba. And Sana be who's saying, and so messing. Christian, you know, me Sana struggle with this into no. No. A honor was on Urasia no more. Urasia no, a baby do a baby do perfect.
A top from Grab,
see ya. It's one goes no.
You say Hussein the Saturday cry, Hojuma.
Aye.
And as somebody an idiot. Medium Yanni say, Obehenna, your general swimmer, coach be a Lucina Juma. Jama imagine say, ye day, sa game no. I had the last assessment for a coach. Say, coach, we win this game or you lose your job. Now, Obenya a perfect goal. Now by a referee's decision. And yet just a referee's decision. A bad one for that matter. Nanka kotoko krenya draw. Nanka kotoko lucy game no. Ni abejina so. Ni asaki coach bia. Sabi, wamu bi papa ejuma bono. Wamu bi papa emma. Sika papa ne betimi anya e de atua ne ma school fees no wa mana bo mo na se nyankopon se odi bibia beba atemu mu a sometimes some of these referees say the new mistakes are they may be forgiven but say deliberate one day chairman they will account for it because kotoko bro
Kotoko bre pressure about team no so, pressure about playing body so, pressure about technical team so, pressure about management so, chairman, pressure everywhere. Na waba a goal stars abenya saa go wi. A efin bia ni hu. Da bia masoka sebo ade a din pass obetimi aye. Eni so obehye go. And for obetimi hye go. Na se referee bitimi ka se da bi go no wahye. Benya ade a meje dia. Chairman, that injustice, you know, me person me dem ho share the shoes of a coach mu, the shoes of a player mu. My training, my adwuma bia, I put so much into my work. Then I come into the game. Now obi decision, no, I'm my effort abe zero. Obi reduce my decision, my effort to ground zero. As a man, and sometimes some of these referees, you know, chairman, obey any day, they be a can say debit and credit. You are debiting Kotoko this weekend. Namia my echo anymore, the credit to home. What debit to next time no credit to home. Basa go ni dear, Samba go no say any dear. That was a good goal. That was a good goal. Many and the yard.
Debit and credit, tell me,
Yadabetium, and one team near the credit.
You can't say giving goals, no, Yahweh. It's Trent near channel. Nanka, yet for Timmy
and the yard. One day said a ball game, we are a free coach, a free players. Your ball game, we are referees so metanasi. Name is our referees questions.
Because coach, we are to from and then we as Messi free ma. Yes, now formation once I know what
justify your decisions.
And no, because name be a time I referees near no. On say, ye, Kotoko and Timmy and Shoe. Enough pressure if you because Kotoko support a biadi. Officer Kotoko be also winning. Now pressure on the coach.
Minimum goals mean your so you be out in say. And they say yeah, now Yahweh, whether the one offside or no offside answer, but Yahweh say okay last season, Korokoni goal stars, Samson Duku,
yeah,
another perfect goal was not given. It means said your mind say Korokoni you go goal stars or goal stars. Last season, Koroko scored another perfect goal. Oh baby, anyone, Omani. Now, minimum anyone. How can you run a league like this? While referees are doing what they want to do, amazing the way things are. Yeah. How to forget dreams, you know? Dreams go, Nini. And this goal was given as offside. And minim boy ya almost hit. As the referee no. Minim boy ya almost hit. We got the way perfect. How is this offside? How?
So it was a good goal too. Okay.
Ochiano who's out he plays the ball.
Play a team in Ghana. How often do we get Ghanaian players opening up their body to curl the ball to the far left of the pool? At the end, you play the ball. Right? When you open up the body very nicely. Or Bobo Nase.
The decision of the player and pass the ball.
Yes.
Maybe you facing okay. Wait, my case Oboko side say. But at the blind side of no side player no the ball.
Trend pause time will be release ball or pause here.
There's a picture crowd to that.
Yes.
The easiest decisions and call the other way. Chamani was he. There was a movement then. A pop was what I say. Can you go chicken now? Pause.
Any where a picture any say this is the pass.
I have on the really wonder now.
How look at that stand referee. He can see it. It's not like he cannot see it too. I won't say I don't know where so I'm not for man say the house of a player is standing on the line. Line. Are you
behind the line?
Are you behind the line?
He's even way behind the line.
Way behind the line.
We never live Yanadro.
It took God and
Lie is fita.
On my bone, say on where you're born, and your bone, where you're born, there is nothing to explain this. Because you can't say no BS when him too. BBS when him born well, and Bibi.
And then you can now watch.
Now watching.
Line also.
And they say last man
supposed to have a clear vision.
When you're born. And you're born and now Buapayo. And then Manco for insurance.
Buapayo no Mona Mefa. When him there, so you know what said that.
On said Daniel Lai so called Afkoya Koti and America will make a good case for Ghanaian referees. Chairman Daniel Lai and Koti and no more so saying.
Referees no munjai because
this assistant referee should just be banned. You guys say money deep Ghana. It should be banned for the rest of the season. These are the things they should be doing. We ban for the rest of the season. May call you on the FA Discipline Committee match review panel. Omunina, we straight ban. Say Koyama say Yamano only ban Yamani 3 weeks ban, 3 match ban. Now referee for ordinary. The match now. Obey the media. This will be next month. If you get chance to ban and any ban mano. What they should do is that they should fine the referees too. They should come with a fine and a ban for the rest of the season. Say, yeah, more officiating game be out to the because we a chance unimpa and what's that is. Bowie. Now him said yeah, Emma some yesterday and say this still picture is coming in a way say the ball is already on its way to the player. And you know when the ball was even kicked though.
Yes.
Which means I say, a question here, baby, you're born in dark one and so. Ah, over passing quite them to where. Most of question gaka, more than I can try to question gaka. When you say there's a video, no, maybe I'm a but all born now. How is this an offside? How is this offside? Question it to heavy, question it to heavy, Trent. Question it to heavy, maybe a branch. Time over passable to Quenim.
Any.
Or done in
also had them got me both player now or ball pass now. Because but at the blind side, on when you but would him say there are some Wenger friend automatism. No, would him say there's a player behind him and over ball to HD. Also being and this as a BDK ne yaseno and being near a body mukama a kelly ball and your shot on target and the one at the far right. Referee go for a last match go for a go a yaya who want you my FSA no me last man me ma go ni nyina
yeah o to aso me baby o dan hu wi a no opposite e dey trend ko ni even Emra ball never turn the ground
offside. Still now onside.
There is nothing outside about this goal. It was a good goal. It's a me problem ka when Kalaja can be and I say Penny Becker say oh ye go need the only the enkane go. Maybe a Roman count.
Yeah, I'm sure go the answer and the after the money. Yeah, because it looks like a Trent into Minyamai. Some new goal now and also baby any conference be ban you hear reactions from the coaches after Nehemiah course winano nti enkoso na me hu se nipa o na ejare ho Trent ho na Innocent so ho na Jake enso te ho
Captain Planet me esa
na Brighton so Brighton so nti na still yenya akoto go no ye no ye minim ba bi o mo kofa na free nti eni guso ayehwe nti minim se Jake ne bi white no so obetena ete ho ehwe se yo
I don't so watch come on
I mean so okay o de we ko de na yes aba ye beba o say Julius Ben Emuna will be announced as the Hartford CEO. The last time Andrew Garden come say 7 now we say 5 they got 5 7 we become 8 if it's a toba for the ebe Hartford
MDs
obeje Hartford CEO na betri so no Hartford MD so menyo mo no we ebe ka ho a eyenwotwe now mame bobo moncho any first one here Neil Armstrong Anambwa match one am no yes that yeah first one here Neil Armstrong and Gerard Ankrabai yeah and here Vincent So Dote omen see you and a Mark Noonan by and a Frederick Moore asana Delali Ankwa Diamai a Diama Oba and they say we banting watching oh na ode enyinati this is a Santiago go into yenhwe free kick. Now I thought say there's a video to a platform as well. This is the Kotokogu referee now. I'm just who said people go for on the foul. Make a better angle. The other one gives us a very good angle. Bright Taylor, Darlin Paul, and Jake. I'm hoping you guys will get us a better video. And only somebody knew the boy's discipline is amazing. I mean, maybe started the ball, but he's an absolute professional. Kotoko last season, Eko baby any koshe go, Eduku, Omani, na offside. Now the entire we the entire pay win, even though say we show the goal perfect. Oh, the other one shows you how the players are good from and how much good from. In fact, goalkeeper no and the pushing you. I know the goalkeeper no pushing the player.
No,
because they're going to go in up episode of the block, come charge on the block goalkeeper to push you. Referee not the foul with here. That's the league we are playing. Every president can 3 years ago. Is it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Or said the two major problems of Ghana football is coaching and refereeing. Then Yafa saw two major problems. No? There's one thing identifying the problem, and there's another solving the problem. It looks like identification is easy, but the solution is where the problem is. Ode andi bakwa man na ba okoba ne aba share how almost reacting because the two benches no. In fact, as I take on the bench no ombufu pa among the referee no nya asenketo at the point now say Isama do na stop it or stopping the coach. The coach is no near you na Shoba stick and also our abrankese on to we or the good referee so also ntase na ode yankoma yama andi venko amane ba na yenhwe said e hositie ewianes head the aka enso to so go say Senegal and public holiday.
Yeah.
I was Senegal. It's in Senegal for the America for the holiday.
Media bomba.
Morocco so a holiday for
omudi can take a decision so ombeko on holiday after we know. On some May exams. Na exams no se ko ba se omujia. On se enkora no adwene omre wa ko tire exams no. E na o ma anyen so a before final no Minister of Education at the bar said Monday holiday or Morocco. But holiday in Bidiaro. But Senegal there. Chairman. Imagine pa Ghana. Kenya on ground.
I don't see deep for that thing. But only say I was saying a project because the AFCON will be played about what was so. But Ansani because I have 4 years. 4 years starting from 2028. Okay. But next year there's next year. Into AFCON about what was so. We can make it a project that also it will be tobacco.
But dear Bejino Chairman and your quality in commitment, everyone who's in the gap for commitment.
Yeah.
So we may have the quality, but our commitment and your quality in one this in the trophy. No.
They
were throwing their bodies on the line, blocking tackles, chairman chasing every ball.
Senegal,
which said they were hungry for the trophy.
Christian Senegal, the young boys are taking the cue from the big ones.
Yes.
It is show which is Khalid Koulibaly, Sadio Mane, look, Mendy. Look at exemplary leadership.
Yes.
Okay, Ghana. Yes, you senior player. Senior player, even show we under Yano Jinana or Yano Jano. Oh, yet we can go case on Pope Yasam. Ebia, those times when the day, Tabia the day, any can you show exemplary leadership, but that's perfect. Because the day gives you leadership. Him gives us next to nothing close to leadership. By the captain and Banabono.
Yes.
Ghana team no senior players no partake home or leadership party ntia bobo ni ania break say party kaza ground kasabi no jira What I say, and who show leadership here. The players you play with, they respect you. All the kind of respect Sadio Mane commands with the boys.
Yes.
Or call you almost
First.
They just walked onto the field. That is leadership. Yeah, the say, I'm banning the FA. If I get the balls, now the trap picture. Now the trap picture, but now the referee coach. Any money is a Musa to command the AD.
Nenra Crosses Sadio Mane wasn't even the captain.
Exactly.
This Ghana guy was the captain.
Yeah.
So
what I say?
Look at Ghana guy. Oh, to the big boys. Then I saw this Tottenham boy. Otibenjo.
Yes.
Tournament thing now.
Otibenjo. Now that's the quality they have.
Papa Mata sa asem na. Ismail Hassan so Otibenjo.
Ismail Hassan so Otibenjo.
Unim finfi sa Papa Mata sa unim di obo. Lamine Camara, from under 20 no. On na captain Senegal under 20. On na ni Idrissa Gana guy jina finfi ono.
Oh yeah, dear no. Ball no. Ya de hwehwe ni mu na e ball no. And you feel say, and also any say, and also any biara. Yeah, any say. Yeah, massa.
Crafting the atta a right winger.
Yeah.
By converting into a right back. But me and no boy boni.
Emra so one boy. So be the boy.
Emra
Opra woman.
Make up last time the fra. Ah, me go come. Sorry, me that's a power boss.
Senegal nya golden generation. Sa golden generation no. Ghana nya golden generation. Sa commitment na ye kase Senegal for show no. Chama go and watch AFCON 2008 the host year no. Ghana versus Nigeria. The John Mensah di red card. The commitment as our boys we show on that day.
Antonio Anadinesa wo Bikelu Bienino.
Chairman, you see Black Star players playing with commitment, not about money. They were just willing to play for the nation. But let me say, a man for because any quality, we have quality. But sa quality near one. Sa commitment na Senegal for the count more quality no hono. Do we have that commitment?
No.
And no people saying AFCON a boy, Ghana could be and not because of quality, but because of lack of fair commitment.
Apart from lack of commitment, any respect.
Yeah.
Respecting the country and the colors you play.
Yes.
Respecting the coach. Senegal coach Thiaw. Nobody can convince me he's the best coach in Africa. He's just a normal about him. The boys respect him because they know that he's senior or born with senior. Say that's the respect normally among players and women. Oh, senior. Even the senior players respect him, so the young ones will respect him. It's a coach, Okay, so many people be able to say Ismail Assar be can want to match.
Yeah.
I Papa Sa about Trasi bench Odi on Kasa because coaches want Trasi. India be Trasi. At Odi on be two no mumbo team fun abutro. Mumbo who ko mumbo bi. Ya dem tranchana mbofu.
Yeah.
Na Ghana players, I'm telling you, right? Otuado, he might not be Otuado him say you're serious coaching but who is showing it mean not that kind of commitment and respect from the players. I'm not sure we have that problem.
Yeah, of course.
Only the entire bisine. Coaches are Kudus abo when some Europe be use Kudus either on the right or on the left. Kudus back and also about number 10. Also about 10. About 10 no.
What can I say? What say? You said that
also about 10. In the man about 10. Oh,
Nachamo, what say Ghana crowd?
Yeah, no. Can you say nothing the attitude of our boys?
Exactly.
Attitude of our boys.
Just to support the chairman, I can say, and some I can coach Cassie win transfer or better. Last time as Senegal edge have come before Enrano. They know about Mutuno or Asubobu. They know about two. Ismail Jacobs or that's what team nimo. But we be check tournament we nipa nom dribble two. Mendy.
Almost 10 players.
Senegal. Yeah.
The team that won the AFCON they move 10 that's so way mo. And on boy but man as I'm now about Ghana yeah serious into the NJ Cup but ye 2010 penalty na ye ni Uruguay yesu ye na won say Ghana for abobom ye from omusu da o ma da form and how the omusu ko mo da form said they are heartbroken won be
2019 yes sir
there
2019
Tunisia and no the
me kai say me who Wakasu was crying like a baby
say e players no be braining nyina abemabu mo da form wo hu one. Even your coin and say AFCON na the and Sakobo keep and Kobo me say you know they were still laughing. And I say Ghana and Ankasa, I say Nigeria, ye ko tournament ya dwene ni trophy ni GSO. Esika because you get more money even at the quarter-final stage than the Obedia. Then a be fight boys and so money. And say will say me know ya dwene say chairman say the head of state na Ankasa so me be ya dwene onion on one project. Na only FA for nkasa bia this is what edama akoma so. Chairman I hold me sure say people only play only players na nkasa dey because your boy you serious.
Yeah ade bi o say eno isua. Me say Nyankopo I am a dum na nka bia president ma I am an advisor on sports for 30 seconds. 30 seconds in the first thing I make as the president. You go tournament omo froze brabi who plays na menko. Catch omo say omo nye cap you are waiting for them. You want them to bring the cap to you. Onim politicians no and FA president Dr. Randiabi una blaster man committee chairman obetimi aye saade and say sa politicians buy the car we are promising you all bonus so mammo ma ho omko atwe boys adu ko bonus so mo okra say boys Nigeria football tournament even though say they had money issues. Did you hear indeed the captain said Scano omodieka oyemko bo Miami tia. Tell me a Ghanaian player who do that for us. Tell me. No music no cry no. The omo dia no come from my no. No can so nisike ba betuama. Boys say abide the can because for Ndidi he felt that as a captain one of the legacies he can build for himself is to raise up the AFCON trophy and say that I won it for Nigeria. And only at the opama ope untino oka say obetua. Oka so obetua no. Honor and Nigeria billionaires will refuse. We there's a crazy as a billionaires, no way so Miss promise to say, we see my mom 500,000. We saw $50,000. What I say? And no, any the national team no. I want you to take a cue from we to crack you were in Morocco. You saw it. And nothing on me there was a day okay get born Najuma place now for blasting now. I am your professional TDA. Who are they? Are they not working for us? Oh, yeah, to share mu clone team no. Hwehwani mu fonko awu hwehwani mu naka players abehwie say na every player abedi ni Canada trauma is any class okaso o me hwamo Bible quite spread the road and spoil the child to do so keke bicho awu bia fa banko modo mo boy mu go boy ni ye mu go be beje wa mo sore ko ye nya Hakim Ziyech ya pam the free camp se ko Ghana yet and now Senegal the boys they were playing like their lives depended on it. Ghana goes to the tournament and what we care about. Sir, come on to my cousin. Now you're too much. Only I can't just get for the Ghana for Bama Mobile.
Nigeria for a Pullman hotel.
They don't know the same hotel. Okona last time. No.
Chabo, Nigeria for bloggers, content creators, journalists. Obeko hotel lobby hono omni players no
come say omunya concentration
Ghana they do one man here
concentration day concentration day boys no say big to say e be say bibi mumutimi Champions League mutimi bibi seven so mutimi Champions League da mutimi this year we be there any beji
more fire
e we England
maybe o beji
say e timi anyi no any o mutoni
more fire any beji
Kudus Champions League forget
na so na crowded
they say who party be ani na forget enti de mubetimi aye de age bibia mama no say ye be bo AFCON no ne age ye yire ho ne age ne trade say Ghana generation we age AFCON mai na nyamo ferry some say so ene papa sa Oba Tottenham mo bo bom nsama man Kudus wo be dinam bi mo go brefa na mbom nsama na oba na mbom nsam
party so be shia papa guy
ayo no bo nsama no na bo nsama no na bo nsama no na say why are you Jordan are you so ayo mo bo bom nsama mo nyina mo ba wo say congratulations me nka bi nkyerɛw mo nyam nka bi nkyerɛ mo na mo duebo na betia ne say yankwa Zambia celebrate Senegal because they show leadership. It me imagine so the funny Ghana team no say that those days of the day you are me check say Ghana somebody can lead the team the way Sadio Mane you know. But today Jordan now how the captain man Answer coach, yeah. It's your problem, so you need leader, you need coach, you need just a
do baby as I could Jema Kudus. And I feel, yeah, let's have a Jema Jordan.
Did they say about say underline? Walk out the door, the call message, JCB.
No, nobody has a 10.
10 in the captain man, would ya?
Number
10 is in the captain's man, dear. Say, knock breakdown or but that's what we call company.
And I'm growing this week.
Okay, Yamraso, and Araho Salmon see a female referee was beating in Techiman. And Pemdakwa ladies, ne Savannah ladies. Referee Oba, Omabu, notice ye. I'm a muji to a baba one to say, Araho Sam. Na, it's saying the baby do ya comes, you say, the cano. I have someone comes, ya can't say, that is the state of Ghana football now. It is moving from bad to worse. And sadly, there are people out there, they make it look like if you own pool biasem. But Obi and Ghana football in China. You know, do Ghana football pa. Ya follow check. You do a train your neck. 7 previous. If you more Caribbean, no mundi team, mundi games nechi. And then no if you mudi di home. Your problems. I think I say I'm gonna make a crabby bra.
I will come in. Player of the tournament, Sadio Mane. Then I command. Guys, now can say fine. Ebe decided the original. Ebe decided to win the player of the tournament. And Sadio Mane win the goalkeeper of the tournament, Yashim Bono, and a golden boot so Ibrahim Diaz.
And a fair play command
Morocco national team. Now, Chamo, who do that time? Na and penalty issue nearby Senegal for an economic margin Kosu. Senegal supporters no stadium security no.
It's on the shame was wrong.
Some supporters this almost test park and so. And I still was no security for preventive.
I'm talking about say tournament.
Chairman.
No, I'm talking about no.
Trying to have me videos, Nibi.
Say call you a catcher. He said, you know, say we leader and we're building very good legacy. We are very respected among the African around the continent.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Lead your boys back.
Okay.
Senegal
supporters no. Only security no. So almost test park and so time almost now the say players no.
How many are you?
Say na on the energy no from park and so now real supporters need to move.
It has the French for to
every Senegalese I know what Rabat and no be
and a baby no more no sooner na Morocco for ball boys needing some see the tower but to go keep they say the same venue no to support us in the nation in a shaman never phone ball
so you see or you buck when it no
now or you know photographers and videographers on Konyano and on the attack still was no security for no
Obi Krumu
Chao say I'm not near Kadam so Monano I didn't show with him say also they have to fight for trophy no okay no easy na Senegal Tao no one seven video ni Udum say a drew point be ma one Moroccan player Ismail Sabari ono so ebe jina baby Senegal deputy goalkeeper be jina no kuta Tao Morocco player no so be jina no so
Africa do say dey omo Morocco for no nim so mo ye abrofo omo je duro no credit chain
no ma be white
the blue one na no omo je any Senegal deputy goalkeeper na share jacket no anyway te Hanman di baba je Tao na papa na nim na we ra ba be jana say nim so person ono so player ni yi na free mu in fact on start mo on na 11 jersey de Morocco and we
When you say they did the same thing to Nigeria goalkeeper, no?
I'm a Nigeria goalkeeper, no. So I bet tweet here. They say now they trying to Stanley Magbali tweet now. Ma Chamu Kenkai, your pawn run, and also which you know.
Me could use all my towel una carry wipe me could use all my towel una carry wipe una tears.
Send the towel now. What is the
I'm only some funny towel and no call bench or another one. Or the pan and more the tour. And where the men in suit to boy, you know.
Before so become men in suit, you know, so we disappointed in Ashraf Hakimi. One of the videos, Ashraf Hakimi never fat towel no to go.
Yeah, I can't say
Hakimi.
A drone as a born ran it.
Hakimi Fatugu and the man deputy goalkeeper. No. Go Tugu, we you know.
Boys never
and I will as I fetch it on number 5. And it drew Rabina. Deputy goalkeeper Romero.
Mr. Ashraf Hakimi.
Boys, none man in suit.
African Footballer of the Year. Usi account PSG Champions League. Keepers use towel. They allowed. And a towel no crowd. And some fan go post room. Or they go post in Ashraf Hakimi we practice a normal. Everybody does it. Now Ashraf Hakimi be fat towel not wogu. And condemnation be start here. It must start from the status Adena who should have known better. Ashraf Hakimi. Me share video no. Obia de anya me disappointed say Abrante fe na Ashraf Hakimi. What my boys in here. Ma obia anye. But African Footballer of the Year, the current African Footballer of the Year, what ball to the highest level at the Champions League and the Champions League na keep a bending you towel. Every Ujina Park no so you are just sweating every now and then. So the slightest opportunity keep a biano. No after a towel. It does what the be wiping in Sahu. And or the paper there is no ado about this. Winning winning na Ashraf Hakimi LED abefata or not wogu. Once you do that, you know, chairman, why empower the boys to do more? So Ashraf Hakimi to me here they are. Then you are telling the boys and they said they be normal, we can do it. And at the start you na.
They do that to frustrate the goalkeeper. Now, Omama, why attention are divided so that they get the opportunity. Also, Morocco were hell bent in making sure, say, quite biaso on Beji. Also, Morocco, Monche down winning AFCON final that the one they won, Omobona run robbery ways are not Omodeji tournament. Until 2004, Moko Tunisia, they lost to Tunisia and also came into the final. Well, all what they were doing in our net, Tajbachemo, yeah, Africa there. Say you read the history of football. A buy and near this juju and now muti. A move from the muti. Yes, your friend juju. There is another name. Yeah, they can't. Until you bad professional level, no, you try see a baby, but you to me eradicate it. Into almost every African team be a chairman. Or also just your money be Brady. And Senegal and Morocco chairman more very solid relationship. And now what happened? It was a bit because Morocco investment on Moya Africa and Yachaman Kessing in Moya Senegal. And Senegal for so Morocco hopa and Rasa or numbers near there, even bilateral way in Ano or Moya because Islamic also most Arab Islam no more. Yeah. But the Tijaniya set of Islamic way and the dominated 2 other countries. I know
I'll say Moroccans and Algerians largely belongs to the Muslim Sufi sect.
Okay.
So it's a Safi sect as well.
Yeah.
Also, the Safi sect are very deep in astral magic.
Okay.
We're free Mufti from Family of Love, Capital Metro and Abuja. I'll say that's on the superstition level regarding the Tao. Senegal is also the West African headquarters of the Sufi or Tijaniya.
Yeah.
What I say? Let's say. That
is the set of Islam. Also Islam. So send you to say yes, you're Christian, not different. They almost different. It's 2 countries now. What that Tijaniya side no. Now let's check something. Who's a Senegal for called mosque? When they were going to mosque, there was no security. There was no security. They were walking because it's a country, and when they go there, they feel at home. What did they do? They also went to the chief imam to pray for them because the Moroccans also went there. Now the question is that can the chief imam offer fake prayers for the Senegalese? No. And so you would also have to pray until they also went there for his blessing. But born and the chairman, Morocco nimbo, but say ye kase ye bas, Morocco munchmene Senegal. It was evident. Yes, Senegal for no one ye say. Omo player no be out de bebo bia no otumi bonya results. Enti coach no so to me change say ne we bebo ochina we mo we am eno a K2 Khalid Koulibaly enim no. Ne if you say you be a problem, but clearly you could not even see the absence right in the game. And again, say, Senegal, in as much as some more very good players are from Chairman, our defense is very, very strong. And don't let us forget, say, now Bonu no ya DSC Mendy and Chairman. In your opinion, Bonu no you good say Edward Mendy.
Yeah,
I would. If I'm with team Nagasi Vinchusu Bakwa, I'll go for Bono.
We'll go for Bono.
I'll go for Bono. I kind of like him.
I said the performance consistently has been good. I will agree. But yet today, Obi the issue be by Ansanama, but not say Saudi Arabian players called Saudi. The difference on Munti. K2 Khalid Koulibaly. Now Obon Napoli as a key player. Or call Chelsea as a key player for 2 seasons. Or call your friend is saying Saudi. Of course, Saudi or Al Hilal, Omneba FIFA Club World Cup, and they are the top shotters. Waji the Asian champions on a league. Now, Osho bid say money. Wakonka England. Even on this Salah time, there were people who believed that he was ahead. But of course, not team they said Masala. Wakonka the whole of England. Wakonka Europe. And now Asako Boba Munich. And now also or Saudi. Okay. Chema de Tuncha on Ronaldo Nebo Al Nassr. Then Yasin Bonu. In Spain, he conquered. He went to the World Cup to the semi-final, keeping against Portugal and Spain in Ano. Okay, Chairman, Portugal and Spain in Ano. He was able to be in the poster. Ultimately, almost semi-final, highest stage. Now we are Edward Mendy, the only African goalkeeper, Waji FIFA Goalkeeper of the Year award, as IJ champions with Chelsea. So, this is Frank Casey. He was key player of Barcelona. So these are guys who have already conquered the world or Europe before going to Saudi Arabia. They are not players I say on mobile world stage now fambo. Because player be on the Bobiano, either they've even achieved more or they are even at the same pedal with you.
Okay.
Chamoso one with difference.
But what I say. And over San Andy on the AFCON.
On the AFCON final. Now, Kofonsu Bisa questions about Brahim Diaz's decision to so on the 90 the Kobo penalty. On that, so left dominant. The question was, I don't know. I said, "Oh, play fair."
Say, okay, yes, say no. Now you have a
wonderful. Now I say, and I got to come.
Saturday we count
because you see, I program. I know it's a send the message. I will say, young clarify, mano. Keep a town and yet proud to the whole incident. But say one of the things I'm so many decided and sana if on the board Sandy Bika and the confirm it. There is no official statement to that effect. There is in fact you won't even verify Sandy we. But if you feel but the boy's reaction after the game and Mami just had in it because he kept blaming himself as they were still consuming. Yes. For playing for Morocco, being the top scorer at the AFCON. And this is about Pananka who say, oh, Pananka. Sa Pananka no any Brian Pananka. And then I'm also Algeria for Gasama chicken form.
Kucha Frani of blessed memory. And Antonio Bodai. Bobby. A Basso Sa or Hedi or the money keeper. Striker Dinetti. And on the head is on the train striker, on the train, all right. We are over the transfer. Oh, coach, I don't say, so come so, oh, me age. As almost all coming as I didn't have the monkey banner, not some to try. On the train, all right, too. Ebene Pananke, Mubonesa, fine. But Nancy, boys, you could have better. To full of Musa, go open it. Come up and keep it in a while, what to Quasi. Now, I'm a Fusika. At this stage, pick a sport and go for power. And go for power is as simple as that. Pick a sport, Hana Mediocre, now the power date. But we'll go for Nankazan break. This is second is a session. I'm a hosting AFCON. Make AFCON a man member in America. Almost see man they play in the final. They played against Nigeria. Scored the first 2 goals. Nigeria came from behind to win by 3-2. Now, almost but man so final. And the referee almost stole it for them. And the crew when they say, I will not mince words, carve and throw me. May reply. Referee, no, he almost stole the game for Morocco.
Anti-climax.
The drama was too much. Referee, we are not three. Football, every referee for psychology. That people's emotions are play here.
Yes,
football is the only sport. We know be a heart attack will because the team lose. Football jubilation, but people die still. Senegal for the main prophet of doom. But I'm for streets where man be cool.
Na Edna Morocco fan back. Trent. Na yapon game.
Oh.
Na onukwa nam for wa wukofi.
Oh.
The Morocco flag egudi kum.
Oh.
Sem so inso nyina atoyo.
Oh.
Na Trent be mi ahwe abrantia no tim say ta no hwe na em say enwumre na o se nipa ben no. Tim say em say ade na ewura ni mu na din onunkwa te gofo ji o mani a ebi mo kono na onunkwa no nam stadium na chi baabi. Ding.
Of course, we had the best two teams. Oh, already.
Stadium no see one on the light.
No, I'm sure most insurance is only petty kakra.
Oh.
Arrow. Chebon. Who's the Bemet TV show? The broken heart going to man into send you. Oh. Maybe I sent so many soon. Oga Mami go. Manchester for maybe you got Manchester for share says 2.
Yeah. 8 na.
Yeah, 8 no.
8.
6 no. Say no got 6 1. Here is first goal. You Sylvian Viltod ne you Geronimo. Share. It's the first goal says 6 1. Die. To
we pa this stadium na course with the team.
Just dynamic one. Oh,
I'm sure Obitima Nantana Junior and non coffee.
Also, who say Morocco aje capda.
No, so ball. I'm your pon ball no be in a car. On Kai baby, a packing a car. Ball. But the one has go here.
Yeah.
Ya pon we. Second on packing a man side on number Mikumo. So when you come. Or baby, I say first no back. I'm going on type packing. Ball we no go packing wa mass. Oh no. Ya pon ball no namsa ne kaira.
Kotoko any work the Kotoko share work 2-1 work for Chromasi. Ya pon ball no tartan tracks and so. Papa Penny Muchema wo hwe body na obi nkan so say or your word to do man.
Yeah.
Utim say we be asebi sika ofi munyamfo eno that tartan tracks you know roli Kotoko kumiu me so roli ko ba ha no roli aba ha say enne nanka na social media e advance ya kemechima akopesa video ne dia ma.
I don't know na say penny from baby go stadium omo health obuha because they almost here invested in the game in terms of their emotions. They are no omo pe. They are no.
But chairman,
but all the same.
Congratulations to Senegal. The Edikai. We are Senegal for 4th final. But chairman, only said the 3 previous final no. Na Senegal and she good. You start off Queen Senegal abo finals 4. Their first final came in 2002. Ubiabe Kaya, Omni Cameroon, game and day 0-0. Senegal and Shegu. They lost the final 3-2 on penalty. 2019 was their second final. Chairman, Amu Botia Algeria. Algeria eshe Senegal ekabakwa Senegal entimiante. Sa game be kai me hwe pa da so woman just see ai. Yes start game na na branch friend no Baghdad Bonije. Eshe go edima Algeria as early as the 2nd minute. Senegal bete chairman ye wie game no 90 minutes Senegal and go eno mulusu cup no. 2021 and they won it. But Senegal and go Omni Egypt game no and this 0-0. Game no call extra time still 0-0 and a Senegal a winning 4-2 on penalties. So the 3 previous final na Senegal abono omaji ba ko de e bia ni wa na Senegal shegu. So enu ago no mo share no o the extra time ne be ka ho a the first time one Senegal go out the finals of the AFCON. But the Senegal story, quite interesting. They played against Morocco. Morocco are the best ranked team in Africa. Chairman, the last time Morocco lose game of year, 14th November 2009. The last time the Moroccan national team able game of Lucy Ofieno 16 years ago, and Morocco Lucy game of year. Between then and now, Morocco about 38 games of year, a bien one Morocco Lucy. Now, I never quite mamu say Senegal for near said they wanted to win this trophy. They said Morocco on their way to the final. No ma consider just one goal pay. Saturday Michelemo Mandi. Say it wasn't just about one goal nana or ma consider no. Chairman, only said Morocco I consider only 5 shots on target. 6 games nana Morocco aboni na ano. So we benya a shot on target against a Morocco. Chairman, nay only 5 shot on target and na Morocco a consider. Benra, Chairman, game no equate 50-50. Senegal in just one game, a ball 11 shots, 7 of the 11 shots were on target. Chairman, who the difference?
Yeah.
Morocco 5, the 6 previous games in no consider only 5 shots on target. But against Senegal in the final, Senegal about 11 shots. Of those 11 shots, 7 of them were on target. Now, the Biamaso can say African football, there's a battle between the North and the West. Morocco, Edu a semi-final. They played against a West African nation in Nigeria, Morocco and Timian Twatina. In the final, against another West African side, Chairman, Morocco answered Timian Twatina. Now, Ushe game na Maso. Yes, sir. Baby a Morocco for a almost 20 pano. On right side. Right side, Ashraf Hakimi. Doda Ashraf Hakimi and no. Chairman, Ibrahim Diaz. That is Morocco for almost strength. But baby a Senegal for you see a pano. Side. Senegal be attack here. Senegal were attacking through their left. Morocco for a right side, I want Senegal for attack. But the first image I'm a trend. The first chance I buy into the game, Chairman, a folly to a Senegal. There was a corner, and a corner nearby, a branch of friend, Papa Gay. Papa Gay no share go no, a heady ball, and a Yashin Bonu, the best goalkeeper. Chairman, me no be say he's not the best. The best goalkeeper in Africa, Chairman. Or yeah, safe of the ball, and the ball the 2 corner. That was the first chance I buy. But Chairman, second chance in the buy. There was a second chance. Chairman, there was a through ball from midfield. I don't remember in Diaye. Chairman, in Diaye, any branch of friend Yashin Bonu, any 1v, Alabekaya. I heard Yashin Bonu spreading the body. Chairman, on assassin.
A save ball.
Sabord and your miss.
It's a save.
Then send Diaye Biano, in Diaye, and Yashin Bonu SAV board.
Me no many VV, I can Diaye bomb manifesto. But the spell of the moment, maybe a pass in the buy and any angle na pass the Coco 2 yeno. Chami, so said, they know bet me a yan way. That was a good save from a Yashin Bonu. Very, very good save. Very, very good save.
My chairman, oh yes, I born you. So Morocco for anybody to blame one. There was a square ball to a branch of El Kabi. Chairman was our ball. Ball on the left ball. There was a square ball from the right, from the right to El Kabi. El Kabi, the goalkeeper was already beaten. Just hit the ball on target first going to the game.
Oh, wow, Anyadi crowd.
Penalty was a bad penalty. But before she do penalty, no, Kabi at the star ball to Neta. Chairman Kagame no kwa or mashi go we anisao.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was a terrible miss from Kabi. My chairman, go na Senegal for share no. Medika Kacho, baby, or utilize a pano, Morocco for right side now, which was supposed to be their strength. Sadio Mane drafted into the midfield. And oh yeah, back you. Edema Bright friend Idrissa Gana guy. Idrissa Gana guy nya ball na no. no pia ball ne de ma brantia your friend Papa Gay do share go chairman hwe baby a ball no far ball no any the run o ye any space o nya the power precision behind the ball out the ball to them. And I think that everything BS in the gap for before the game, during the game, after the game, HSA, they came prepared and they were ready for war. Where any game one, Yabobana Brofu game na akwa say Morocco for the Abrofu Tianum Koba football. Let's play the game like a West African air country. Chairman Ahwadin and Yedin Gegrau. Chances let's take those chances, and I think that Senegal did the wonderful job. Chairman Senegal for Abaso.
Okay, Yabo Senegal for Abaso no. Yede Befi. Now there is breaking news, and the breaking news coming up. They say Young Apostles FC have decided that they are going to boycott the Ghana Premier League with immediate effect. Immediate effect. And your call line so Nyani Alhaji Mahama Salia Fiura ono ena kasama for edema Young Apostles. Alhaji Michel na migesho se bibia boko.
Oh mpacho alhamdulillah bibia boko me pacho na monso mo hote sen.
Nyame adom yenso ho ye pa minimsa pomden na boko baragudie mu de nya boko because mo letter ye hu chemu nukura bi wom na dentina mo decide say mo taking this decision to boycott the Ghana Premier League.
Well, senior Maminchia watifo football ebo ewa Ghana ha just like any other country. The rules and they govern football. The match koswa the born official the man in the middle, the center man, and then his two assistants. The MC also comes to play when the occasion calls for it. Referees a modern ball in match can either make or unmake a team. In a match, can change the complexion of a match for or against a team, rightly or wrongly. It to me ever. Week in, week out, teams in the Ghana Premier League are complaining about a year unfair officiating and I say poor refereeing calls. Last Friday, we saw in Accra a goal scored by Dreams and a very good goal. He was ruled for something else. Following day, Kotoko played against both stars in Bibiani. They scored a goal. That goal was also not made to stand. Now you say, a soon apostle year swing, and ye soon a year peculiar to a year Young Apostles. Sina Bright, the match air course on league air course. Now one particular team, they be a referee mistakes. Eko Manua. Obeka say, what is so special about that team? They are referee mistakes. Eko Manua particular club. So in the same vein, if on regular basis, referee mistakes echo tier one particular team that team also reserve the right to also complain, say, any don't know ye. Yeah, but Kumasi against Kotoko. That match naturally should have ended in a 1-1 a year drawn encounter. Before you could say, Jack, something happened and we lost the points at stake. Your boy has a what you could do. You a clear penalty in the dying embers of the match. Referee stand blind eye to that particular penalty or Manjamaye. Energy answers, what you could do. Match in able 2-2. Agenda for equalizer. Per the rules of the game, the ball must cross the ball with its full circumference. That was the situation when she on that day. You got some attacks. You a penalty before they got their goals. Referee no Angie. On first goal, I'm in the said match. Eba first half all right. Post 5 no soon. I'm going to say plus 3 minutes. But the goal was scored in the 5th minute of time added on. Almost 100% of time added before Musho Omugo.
95.7.
Yeah, but nations, Kumasa Blankese, officiating was nothing to write home about. And run so, what you could do, against All United, they scored very good goals and run. First 2 goals from Moshe. And within some few minutes, you pull one back. Some few minutes afterwards, yenya equalizer. Referee, assistant referee, Emmanuel Delbenu, say offside or Mwanje. Yebasika of NAT can many put. Right afterwards, yenya a third goal. I was saying Okomaye. Referee and an assistant or Mwanje. This is any penalty or Mwanje. Senior, it's not good being tribalistic in any regard in the country. But a key match such as this, I suppose say the name Delbenu sounded ever for me. Oyenipa, naturally, there are some instincts in him who ever play to the advantage of his people. Okay, we pay Aquano is being tribalistic. And I'll not be there to also defend what I'm saying now. Your guys in the studio are aware of. I don't know what game against Gostasi. I heard some people saying when and can put on match here or mobile. Depends on examples to point to. Commonsensically, you could see a kind na one team against the other.
Money hoy. Nasa, in fact, you are saying that money hoy.
Oh, United.
I'm free Volta region.
Volta region.
Now I'm a referee of the Labanu Ebedia.
Delbenu. Oye nipa. Nukumu team ebre. To forestall any suspicions now, everybody muno. If somebody who is not of any of these backgrounds, or not when you're Bununi, or not when you're Voltarian, or not when you're Kaini, or not when you're Gadangui. There's not in Ghana. They are neither Bono nor Gadangui nor Evers. What do they make now? Udini Bola, or you mistake, most people, or you mistake. Say, or Bia and Casibia, offering to be all, sir. It means you what prevented this particular allegation from being made against your referees. But you sit aloof and then make the man to come and do it. And when see this same referee, you're back to back home games, Nina or Baye. Your last home match against the Vienna Stars, but Dojan or Hanu Jinaye, go now, enter goal line or G or none G.
Okay.
And not ever beam, and it's become one too many. Referees are human beings. Say one mistake be there, we can accept it. Once in a while, it happens. Because referees mistakes, there are games it goes in our favor. We agree. There are games it goes against us. It's part of the game. But if on a very coordinated sequence, maybe against one team, we can't sit aloof and allow things to go on like this. M1 a team.
Okay.
The management met this morning. The more we so people know money and Janwa. There's something that we call strike. If you will see or a bit so over but unya Jumano. Say see and I'm boy.
Is he?
You will go but you will not work.
Okay.
Unless emergency services need be on bay. Say OPD almost on money. Yeah, so you say GFA no, if you don't stand up to them, sometimes Obika say some of these interviews now you're granted no, and you are the game into disrepute. Obika say, oh, science yamba.
Can be bizarre.
Obi akandini na yantimi criticizing now. You know the form for the better. So some of these things no, you can't to ensure to be a game no, a better place for all of us. We have a football people not today. But officiating in Ghana no, had DBI in yet. More program we as a mobile locally so that's in your bay officiating. Be a coach, be this coach in your dance coach Biasa. Can I be go be a good and go in your face? Okay, no. And it's not your fault. So they were on and I'm going to referees no, they are becoming too something else in the game.
As I say, my decision is that more league game.
Yeah, and say you go to the match venues, do the pre-match, be on the field, opponents in the M1 share. Says I'm F in the panel because you say na won't na go from share na obeje dia. You know no my boss free.
Maintain say a very train. Mobako, for instance, next game here, money.
Next game is against Dooms FC in Accra.
In Accra. Timba move to kwa konkrai.
You go to Accra.
Now mako pre-match. Yes. Mama team no dress room address ya ko jina park no so. Ye pass ya no mo jina o na the dreams for ngo se.
Omo me en se go. En go for so omo se tie ya omo je. Nti just now omo se go so with chicken easier. So ombre na waji go pepepe.
Now munsemi ya me nim dia but my Young Apostles Football Club, we believe in the game. Believing in the game also comes with some of these things. Much not complaining about Nioma Obobosu about referees. It looks like a coordinated. You know, Bibi said, "Ude mushegwa is yenye." Ana umbeyama masamako back.
We match was just yesterday. This morning, any organizer. An early morning meeting at management level. And a day, and some about the they know any and Monday is far away from Sunday. We put things on paper to the GFA. Say the Yakani. Science said the air corner. Then a tips in now a soon referencing them. Kamako say we are protecting people's investment against the integrity of football. So we discuss the team and we are corner pay. Yes, young one man income against football integrity. Integrity no about the fairness of the game. So team A and Nyadia, the owner can be whoever. It can be the late Asuma Banda, my own grandfather. He was very rich in this country. So the team Enya and yet. There was a time Nasma Banda was supporting Kitapa United. They had an issue with the GFA. Obamu, Rusun Yajuma, Obian Fino, say, who's Cantino, he come out team. It's not a must for a team to be made to play the league at all costs. Onya, their uncle now, Simra.
Okay. To say, I like mom. Much chocolate that I come my finance and statement now about Bontina and mo stand by.
That is not enough. You have to officially communicate to the GFA. Okay. Is to announce the footballing world say the ANE. There'll be a formal thing to the GFA by management.
Okay.
Monday, far away from Sunday. So we have ample space within which to operate and write to them say the Yakani. Sign say the Econo. Say and so then you know. They will hide behind bringing the game of the game to the dispute not to no nipa. Okape is hey waka a ball you say. Near club say yeah final. So it's like some quarter of silence on the game. But even a representative can and canon should be refined. You shouldn't use a negative language.
Okay.
Do it. And with the senior day can.
All right. Alhaji Muhammad Saleh Ifira, thanks so much. Yeah. Say watch it you mama. Me premu ye basa ba won ya behwe. See bia new development being so aba. Edamasipi. All right. Okay, enti I know ye Young Apostles. No news about no pay say Young Apostles for say omo feel. If I'm a giant league in the ball. But enona what chim say
voice into e be yo mo adwuma chena
so
me transin and cry for them that Ghana football phone na me ma be sena nsu amomo when you were doing save Ghana football what did they tell us?
Yeah,
they no catch
yeah,
are they not the same people that voted for third term for Ketokregu? Chama third term for the absentee we moment ma Ketokregu. You are now crying. The chatwo and is in the for that.
Well, Ray, Raymond Devi, say the guy has made a valid point, but his argument is flawed based on the fact that the referee bears an away name, and the team is also from the Volta region. So now, should referees' appointments be based on names or where they come from? He should rise above pettiness. And Ray, the Abba and so no. Okay, number of messages here, but all the same, said you can a day for Senegal, who are the champions of Africa. FIFA say, make us say 2 AFCONs and the intimate, 1 AFCON and 1 WAFCON. Say one AFCON, one WAFCON. Women's African Cup of Nations. Omo hosted. They lost the final to Nigeria. And Omo hosted the African Cup of Nations. And Omo hosted the final to Senegal, Morocco. They are going to have another opportunity to host this year. I think in February, April. February, March, April. March to April, yes. Omo hosted the WAFCON. Again, Mr. Ghana Nina said, the target plans of the World Cup as I trip, no, because I'm bad. My advice, no, Kaka. Zebia. You'll be on me, World Cup pass on your Biabaqua. Zebia WAFCON, you see. They are for one match, be an ya. So will be there, who is coming to be a Kenya bad cry. No affair. Darling Paul, Chairman, wouldn't say, so we're super sport for during a AFCON, yeah. Unse Odione Gallo ne Tekomodise nom and yenya Jimambedu was also a pundit, you know, no a co-commentator at Sandwich near you, and so live so uti a unibia. Now I was some serious because Emra fine and but you buy penalty, you know penalty, I'm putting here, you know. And no more yet I see a video call. You know, and Odione Gallo say the juju of Ghana, the juju of Nigeria, the juju of our Omunina, and the Omunina, juju ni bet together. I must say penalty. No, I must say penalty. No, I'm about yente. Near said it's quiet.
My brother, what are you doing?
I'm inviting Nigeria juju, Senegal juju, Ghana juju, South Africa juju, everything.
Oh, all the juju, you are inviting it.
Also inviting Ghana juju, Senegal juju, South Africa juju, Babia juju say penalty no. And all the say onside no.
In here we're real.
It's where you back off backstage no.
And a winner of AFCON in 2021 edition.
What did they say in Nigeria? Over the bar. Inside the net, over the bar.
We're doing nothing for one. That's Obia supporting Senegal, Obia supporting, especially inside the Southern Africa. Obia supporting.
Talk about now. There's a lot.
Did you know? I'm also inviting Ghana juju, Senegal juju, and all the women jubilating, and this is inside the Super Sport studio.
Nigeria juju, Senegal juju, all the juju in Africa is against Morocco now. You see, God is not sleeping. Let's go.
So God is not sleeping. It got to because if I referee no Morocco for who he referee have no women be a percent. Senegal at the end because it looks like referee was the captain Morocco. Inti what happened? Inti voice how they can tell you Odione Gallo, former Nigerian star, and at the point so Thomas Mlambo. On the Kapanenka near you know.
Be chief priest.
I also invite say Omunina Emrano for Omembe Bumti. Sana Koye, and you must only laugh on
any says here West Africa, you bet top, you 12 na North AJ 11, yeah. Say Christian on the Oka North Asimo or no entry cry, but see, I beat him. But there is a trend, and the trend is I say, see, a Francophone for Nage tournament in the past, West State, Wadrian Baswa.
Senegal, what is Castle has him? What is Castle? Ude Pacho Minya, Ude Waka Chevin, Senegal, Ebui. No, what is almost Keskiasem? Nigeria, World Cup, Mopa qualify Omgo Keskasemo. We don't go Keskasem. No, we only go say Danielai. On Sababi, do you be a video of him at the airport? How they received him? I think his family was there. It was very beautiful. I mean,
so I don't know any number foods and your mokrabe say in your macra Ghana. Ninja take a sign away from the no acquire the winning. Says Omodia Katas. Somebody said the last 6 years we move 5 in francophone countries. The only exception no Cameroon. Was a Cameroon bilingual. Francophone and English and your friend is saying to Omono be your messaging. But the Kenyan Francophone for Nigeria in 2013. Anglophone country beyond GBM. Country solely or can English beyond Yanji. But our train no so a idea essence. Because make I say Nigeria but was Egypt J2 so 3. Egypt Jiwe Oka Momoje Zambia surprisingly. Almost J a 4. And Nigeria in 2015 a 5. Into those 5 years near call Anglophone. Omomuka English no kwaje 5. But since no so Francophone for no so 8 take over. And the rate or more when I say Anglophone for chairman or more manager. Now coming to West Africa, out of the 16 nations, only 4 penalty have gone to chairman. It's but just that be so or West Africa in multiple occasions. And I'm say Senegal soje Ghana J4 Nigeria J3 Ivory Coast J3 Senegal J2 na chema yanhwe ya ye dia gra na Senegal beje 4 no monega o ma be pa Ghana ho because ye J4 no obi atumi abeje 5 mebo Cameroon abeje 5 Egypt so aje be saying even 5 or 7
yeah G4 na Egypt aje 1
Oma be payem. Yaje 4 na Egypt aje 1 so oba beje.
Na Cameroon yebi.
Na Cameroon jibi wa beje 5.
Beje 5.
The Ivory Coast.
No. Ye keskaze. Ye tiaze businessman.
Ivory Coast no munjibi oma beje 3. Nigeria is almost 3. Senegal so in recent or maji 2. Now already the last 4 AFCON so akwa final 3 chairman no waji 2 a rate or more bani. It's a Ghana the issue is that yeah sorry na ye making sure say no be kwe. The man Senegal win is the chairman say the can records be say African teams into me in Senegal. African teams into me in Senegal, and that is really what worked for them. The last time I'm coaching, Egypt here, almost Egypt edge will final penalties.
Yeah, penalties.
And now we so no, Omasa Koshia Morocco, Asanshe Morocco aji. And now BYT because after say Ghana koje trophy no North Africa. So I think this is the time West Africa team asa koja. I stand to be correct, but I think Nigeria won it in Tunisia 94 and Amibwa. If I'm right, is it 94? 2004 there, Tunisia and Nigeria were fight, but I think Nigeria won it there. That is the only exception. What we are trying to say is that the Anglophone countries should get things up. Now I'm making sure some baby. So South Africa looking at their strengths, the chairman Nigeria bedding. Zambia as we see I'm sure team no any or makoda. Into Egypt, Ghana, Nigeria should stand up and do us the honor because Egypt cross or muji biache. Egypt G biache because muji to also 3 through all battle. Now it's becoming very difficult say Egypt beji. Every time I young boss Senegal boss for what they did and said with proper planning and send our work can say oh she said your my year with discipline. Now more serious the BBC when you some baby bia certainly which me ako. Until we know Ghana yes you bibi na mestre say send enye national project say AFCON 2-3 near Bekono at least baako de yakoji na Ghana players so chairman maintain that I also stand to be corrected say ye call AFCON in recent the better last 3, 4, 5 AFCON so mark say players in yaka say Ghana for ye koja about what be that
we are going to do say so ye ma
do koja baako want see apia no time no call nanado ha omuka so munya the best preparation
the president dey be omuka so koja bo mo country omuka
president state omuka say Ghana
no wa Ghana oh ye koja
Ghana for mo come out country na
mo iska be
na AFCON we ye kwe de ya biata se ye koja Ghana for nkwade ye nkabi ye de say ekobema say meje say we need to start
we are going to do well but let's not forget there were 2 AFCONs ahead of us before it goes on the 4-year break which means that you have bought 3 successive AFCONs you have bought 1 in 2027 there will be an AFCON that's next year and no Tanzania Kenya Tanzania Kenya Uganda joint hosting we are in 2028 there will be an AFCON and no and Botswana South Africa person here joint host no and also Morocco is ready to host it again because Morocco say almost hosting on the year preparation for the World Cup now person Portugal and Spain no Sa 2030 World Cup. What you say? Enti for Ghana, where you are missing out. There's an AFCON next year. There's an AFCON the next year. Other than starting now, making plans and putting up a program to want to win the AFCON.
Yeah, at least once.
Anyway.
Yeah, the Burkina but Manchester United for sending me messages, baby.
Oh, so my then so catch on Manchester there.
Almost Manchester United lose here.
Can be can also. There's almost game on Arsenal.
For the first time, I watched Manchester United play, and they played like Manchester United under Ferguson.
Yeah.
Michael Carrick Bayern or my ass the man coach back on the coin Amorim. I have sworn adamant. Mr. I'm not going to adapt. I'm not going to change. Coach Webai, the first game against Man City, back four, Dalot, Emo right back, Luke Shaw left back, centre back, Harry Maguire, and Lisandro Martinez. Chairman Kobe Menu na nenka all praise Obekono. Coach need the Kobe Menu bekan Casemiro and the ball base and pushy Bruno Fernandes up front. No, you're the catcher Amorim. No, we are the catch Amorim.
About na so den the hand time the Obiati is on to start.
What dropping a Bruno Fernandes about the base, or a Casemiro and about the base, and a Kobimenu chain. Coach we buy no. What the Kobimenu they can Casemiro
and Kobimenu had a
good game. And look at Bruno Fernandes. And Manchester United play like a Dr. Kwame Nkrumah message, forward ever. Omunya born and Manchester United come. And for the first time, Manchester United said Man City 2-0. Who said they could have scored more?
In fact, they scored 5. Yeah. 3 were disallowed.
He go post air twice. And goalkeeper conceded 2 goals. Made 4 crucial saves. 4.
Yeah.
So Manchester United said Man City 2-0 there. But Bibia ko here, man. City by 5.
For the first time, Manchester United went up against Man City. Man U had more shots on target than City.
Yes.
They had more goals than City. In fact, everything was working for them.
Yes.
I'm just hoping that Carrick or they say yeah, but there's some day man now going to back with the way.
No Muji Bona, Manchester United, on first goal, they City the ball free kick.
Yeah.
Muji Bona, 1, 2, 3 touches. Now Randy from Bruno Fernandes, I pass the ball to Brian Bomu, Chairman Go. Muji Bona no more show.
Yeah.
Muji Bona, they were running at Man City. And I was saying, players, as a year, this will be a film, so I'm on the freedom to operate and play the way they want to play.
Well, we are playing against them on Monday. And any week pepe. Into your ball Emirates. You show more. We played the first game against them at Old Trafford. It's your ball. Arsenal was 7-point lead of the on the league log. Of all the top teams, Arsenal won the team at point 2. The first 3 won in your point.
City is a league, no one can say
City Lucy, Aston Villa, Etneville Lucy. As I the only team that got a point.
City losing in Guam. The last 4 games in the Premier League, but draw me and Elusubako.
Yeah.
City Liga on your week.
As the last 2 over drawn in
and the idea I'm in the can say so person Liga the only competing no only the same results Olusu and now they in the West Olusu win
and now draw
no
in 1 point
no 0 Manchester City go lose no Arsenal draw so before this weekend now Arsenal lead Man City 6 by the 7 so even though they did not win they took advantage of Man City sleep and they spent no more spending lady no.
Actually, there's Champions League tomorrow. Darling Paul,
Chairman,
newspapers no when
Kakraba. Nigeria for no all no more canon.
And then I'm going to the Senegal newspaper, but any Jimmy French.
Senegal for
no. L'équipe near Imo. Sunday, l'équipe de
France, ba omo de ensemble.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Omo ne Lo Figaro. Enti meti me diaba. Say I wanna
I'm a kind of video book and Nancy for your crab. I'm an tea who was a banana friend.
Teacher Trent Ediatoso.
Nigeria Punch Sports Extra. I was saying Senegal and Morocco nil. Combat in Rabat. Yes, drama as Teranga Lions beat hosts to claim AFCON title. And they mean a saving Salah's penalty Big Boost, Wabali, Nisamoka, Osimhen Ndidi depart AFCON for Lagos Party. Okay. Sevilla I victory with Adams, Educate return. Okay. And yeah, players no more coin, no more picture pictures near you know. But Yanka Keen against Carrick permanent offer. I'm saying Carrick, you know, Rakin say. Also, money. We are more money.
Carrick or Baba could be best stop gap. Boy, idea power, no, we change it unnecessary.
I also manage stop now. You stop gap. We are not open less than coach. Would you go Manchester? People say, yeah, I'm not command me in a year and a half. No talk about it. Associate and PSG for Beshe or Old Trafford or come back no lose 7 of his key players. Echo PSG for free. The touchline. I'll say Senegal stand Morocco to lift AFCON. Okay. And I'm say Chelsea open to Enzo Sale. I'm not to Enzo Fernandez.
So PSG.
Yo, one turn team no okay. Vivi ede wasumwa. Okay, Galibor.
Yeah, chairman.
Say we are na.
Anti Trent.
Le Figaro Sport. I'll say dans la confusion dans la confusion chaos total total chaos and confusion total confusion and chaos le Senegal breeze lived okay Morocco rapport de Senegal total confusion and chaos as Senegal beats Morocco to win the AFCON.
Two teams, you know, nicknames are there.
Like Teranga Lions now.
Teranga Lions, Atlas Lions. So the Battle of the Lions.
The Battle of the Lions.
I said, I'm saying Africa, no. National teams come with the Ghana. I said, I'm saying Ghana one year you more. You start. And now first a boy and I see them saying in Aye. It's in the Figaro, they know.
Look, people so the bar say winners by chaos. Almost so the Abba. And also the group limited trying to be me actually.
Winners by chaos.
Yeah.
Vinker pa chaos.
Winner.
Say chaos. The few are the kind of chaos. Chaos.
A winner. Say essence of something winner. But in tomorrow but yinkwa.
Or see winner but chaos. By chaos. But ana by. Masa. Oh, French.
French, you chairman.
So
the French.
I said, I'm yeah.
Chairman, they are going to go and I feel more than France into different. And I'm a they would have to watch me.
Now, if you're by one on one by non testy.
Why said no?
I'm ready for me. I'll say Victor through chaos. Victor.
Okay.
Victor.
True.
I said through chaos.
So winner, victory.
And then I can say by chaos, by chaos.
So no one no chance.
Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, but Ghana Premier League, but Trent Tamiyan show Lampard and so qualify you. Trent Tamiyan share and a Ghanaian player being so go and the football league paper and capture in Tenosu a newspapers name and a UK sports newspaper back pages no almost the same people by the Sun Kasai and Afi Mirror. Omunyina di bi by meaning Sir Trent
Venke no I don't know Venke Avinaba Venke okay Frank Lampard and so Leicester City no Leicester share the first goal and I'm afraid from a goal down Bobby Winnie given by 2-1 Frank on the brink say Frank Lampard Thomas Frank the Attorney said Thomas Frank comes to Dane's job in tottering okay it's tottering say Tottenham no Dane's job is tottering now the Attorney says my player say Xabi Alonso is being considered for his job. Thomas Franco starting there, you but say the Tottenham.
We can use
Cooper for it. I know United raw reaches boiling point. United we need it. Okay. Marcel says I don't have a magic wand. A Celtic. Only saw them offer us the stopgap. And Brew wants some. Well, it's all about Manchester United and all these in United. Your friend is here with the newspapers. Now, Yemra Ghana Premier League. And I said, yeah, a whole N7 and so is it here. Now, and can say me, I'm going catch it. The city authorities, since they take me, there's a tax force on them crew. We are driving on between your show. And then I say, Scar Oji. Because they are supposed to reduce the fares and omoji higher fares into omo bunko for. They say omo shinko for pa. Na mi wia me abe kan wasem. Se KME ASR omdomenesi only one direction. Airbnb ni hotels e okruma. Udi mo nko exchange rate. Dollar na swati na Ghana ni bi ani agi. I say dollar 10 point something. Even black market is selling it below 11 at 12. Uko hotels ne Airbnb okrum ha. Omu rate 13.4. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah,
so we're charging $100. $100 no oboso the equivalent. No about say omu rate 13.4. Kenzuba only authorities no tax force Muraho.
No only rate.
Muraho because if the argument is that tell us say wow pa na akodawa cars open now for two things.
Yeah.
Say we see protecting the system from people who are me can say taking advantage of the vulnerable people who are in need any side in there. Let's also look at the Airbnbs and hotels. Idea omo ye okroma and it's most of them are charging 13.4 as omo dollar rate. Now hotel no determine dollar rate. $dollar. Are you Bank of Ghana? Are you the central bank? Bank of Ghana the rate ba. Now say charge. In fact, yes, someone charge dollar po. Mo charging $1. If I can't ba no obetia. Ni obi say ba no obi ba go so mini dollar nti. Say me dey me trust the equivalent. No abu so say the rate of 13.4. Hey. Yeah, the rate of 13.4. Now, many poor me complain. Every minute told me. Now, come in told me. Say me told me. This is police bem. Because police bem. Now, akwanye. I unza toda so wa daje out manso. We the manso kwadeka. They also depend on daje. So go hotel be no more jobs. Amen tia. Can someone from Ghana police? As someone come be kubia. Bank of Ghana for ba betre. So rate of dollar. I am the ton. Mo sell cruise we. Mo sell cruise. Mo no Ghana ye bre no. Airbnb for the hotel for Amokruma. Unim do way. Say first no dollar no so no ye da obetua dollar. 17 16 obetua. Dollar ne ba form no. E was say come test no e be change go say okay. Say first na dollar $100 e be 1,007. Dollar ne ba form say okay. O ma change o charge no from dollar o mo 1,007. So what I say? I know very already call dollar now because so the call Airbnb app as well. You have to charge in dollar. Say $1 you normally because of say to be on the app and maybe sometimes booking.com this money man. Oh watch your dollar. No be so tia. No normal rate. 13.4. Ghana at 13.4. Oh, mo ya comfort. Mo san comfort na mo yezem nya mo ya comfort. Mo bu Ghana for. There be a case didn't ordinary Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Once he ordinary, it's so bad. Charlie boy, and trust on the area Ghana Premier League. Hearts of Oak Nail, Dreams Nail. Vision FC 1, Mediama 2, Mediama is a league in Mediano Moje. It's a Ghana Premier League table, no? Osha Mediama and a Dasro. Now, Charlie boy is a Mediama, almost say 40 points. Almost 40 points. Yeah. About 19 games. Yeah. Aka how many games?
Say aka 15.
Mm-hmm. 15 games no. 15 games no. Yeah. Mediama is a Ghana 60 points Aji League.
Yeah, Aji League. Utiminya 60 or more.
Aji League. Mediama so utiminya 20 points. Because the 15 points, 45 points.
Yeah.
I can't say 15
matches. They are 45
points. So me to me half of that.
Wajilik.
What if I say 45? We need 25 points or a league winner.
Yeah, chairman.
And Ibrahim Tanko or Boyjuma.
Chairman.
Boyjuma pa. How many vision the first goal?
Yeah.
And they left it late. Only some equalizer no. About the 80th minute, Salim Adams. And we now win 90+4.
Yeah.
Baby only goal stars against Santiago go. They say they never change team. Say baby only goal stars against Kotoko. Ewo baby only Kotoko nshi go.
Kotoko the Super Cup. Kotoko edge Super Cup ho. Kotoko nso asho mo baako ho. When no mobile league ni Kotoko share.
They can last 2 years.
Yeah.
Table go shego bia yin. Baako eduku subject eduku chego.
Ende no kre.
Referee anyi ena we tu om shego. And a referee no kwani ade hu ya itumba mumembusare ana na ensure after game no said the carry to no charge here go for FA charge abrom the FA is charging us Santiago match officials no for breaches of some articles our mama so mabi yoma ni nyina ade ma course no you we ayide na kodokode na near the Chubari stick so the aba ono so TC Park so onto TC Park so mra nations any Diana boy no we no Chuba say opacho say oh sorry or kind of push my press conference so sorry for the attitude no but na bufu unse also born as a referee for it looks like this this week I'm saying the men of the week here referees I'm gonna you fans nyina and Savannah and Sonny Ampem Dakon Adiano. The picture we showed apparently referee one of the players of Savannah FC.
Okay.
Yes, Savannah near Baba Bakone Ampem Dakon ni Bakon almost starting toka. And all the other players Ediom Huji Mina Ekoye free for all Hono. That is it's a over transfer can't anything negative about Ghana football. But everything coming is negative. It's not like there's something positive to talk about. What you say? Goal star against Santiago goalless. Quando out of Lions back to winning ways. Ishmael Adone shared the only goal for Lions. And Romo share 11 on the scout comment me anti. Basake Holy Stars 2 became 1. Became maybe Omadanye. Crab. Prince Opoku and Sylvester Simba the share goals no for Basake Holy Stars. Karela nil, Summertex 1. Christian Boateng with the only goal of that game. Brekum Chelsea nil, Sodro Blacks nil. Young Apostles 2, Hoy 2. And Young Apostles was a referee but when I didn't say Omomu winning game no. We don't know more league in him. And a Nations FC and so share Diana Stars Kabakwa Omentimati. They say as a stance in the league in there Omomu 11 Wonders. Now I'm 11 Wonders. They are no Ghana Football Association for. So I'm Omomu Toti Mombi.
Yeah.
Obehim Ghana Tobacco. Omo Chambu Biaba Omato. Esra Mama Toti Bia Mombi. 2 man. 11 Wonders and that asye. Na hohoya ba na Brekum Chelsea became Young Apostles. Someone that in the say no. 19 for hohoy 20 Brekum Chelsea. 22 became 22 Young Apostles, 22 Vision, 23 Basake, 24 Nations. The honor as I said this here, and of course 9 for 11 Wonders, and so and no Asio said yeah table the city.
Chairman, Mediama show character no. Oma Chelsea league no mo ne peso omoje. Se wo she league table no mo na dasro. See the home matches name so come on a dasro. Yeah, the away matches name come on a dasro chairman. Week 3, Enomuko Tamale, Alumama Sports Stadium, Enomuko Lusuye, Etia Karela United. From that time, Omun Lusu BM Ibrahim Tanko, managing the games ni they pass over Shane chairman. It's either say Obenya the 3 points nina, and answer or no bebo draw. Untimisha match aye di nkomo yi against Vision last season omu call Vision omu lusu this time round omu da form kabako 10 minutes to go Salim Adams omu brace enya 2 goals omu timi for 3 points ni nyina chama check omu no omu pre no Diana Stars Nations ko lusu yi House of Folk 3 fie ball draw Kotoko enso kwa we ko ball draw enti o shade hu tima odi media mechi anani abre enti chama de check home games no so we use home games no kwa na dia ya the first 10 Kotoko nim house nim It also says Sakotwane as Bofia, they don't have that command. On bet they are winning games. Teams now, Omani Abre, some person with Jiligino, Madekaka, say I know home games near very key. Uchi will be also Shen Wufie, because Biamo ding on Fie. Intimediama, 10 matches from my body Fieno, Oma winning 7, Oma draw 3, Omun Lusubi. So it also says, Chairman, Omu are ready for the league. And you didn't come out, some points in our canoe, Omu half of it ever can one, Oma the league. You the same calculation, and Shakotwane has. And Mediama, any Kotoko. So we check the table now. 3 games involved. Mediama has a folk. 3 games involved. Kotoko, ebe Kotakwa. That game, Mediama ewa advantage. Obeba has. Wadi Kasha has that ewa takwa.
Now they say Mediama Olidi Kotoko Olidi Gold Star 7 Olidi Kotoko 8.
3 games.
Kotoko nya omo win ya. If I go omo ji Kotoko 34, which means that it would have been 2 games.
Yes.
Diana and Hearts ne Kotoko omo nyina no 32 omo nyina 8 points. Inti it means saving they can lose a game. In fact, they can still lose 2 games and still be topping of the table.
Yeah,
I mean, be on top of the table. It looks like Mediama might run away with this one.
Yeah,
it looks like it. Yeah. It looks like it because they can afford to draw even at home against Kotoko.
Yeah,
they can afford to draw against Hearts and still win the league.
Yes, Chairman. Enti Mediama de per the Eddie can we Bibia Chese Ibrahim Tanko and the boys near ready. So bet Magic League, no. And we'll check here. Be a coye de mom. Until Serbia Kotkwanias, Ebena some winning streak be. Ebia the next 7 games, Kotko Shenina, House in Shenina, Namediama no Ensu Lusu points. Until that, the Yedi can win their chairman. Be and Chesa Kotkwanias, Ebet Magic League, no. Pedia Kotkwanias each day. And chairman, Okawa with him out of Lions. Onim say, the last time out of Lions, Eshe Obi League him, I get it back to 16th November 2025. Almost 8 matches. And in these 8 matches, Chairman, amount 24 points. Now, Heart of Lions, and you 3 points per. No more but just 3 drawn games. Almost lose 5. Bashir Hayford, with all his squad, Eche Doglimu, Ishmelado, Ebenezer Aban. They have enough quality. Almost 30 years. But I'm saying, but finally, and now, almost 11 wonders. We are just hoping. Because now you be in tears here. Say, oh, Ghana Premier League one of the best managers no. Any called Bashir Hayford in frame from the dugout near J. Bonechidom. Eba Park Neswa, they have players most of their players are best started. But now we is not equal. And now omutimi urem edin kunim. Chairman did dramani. So we check out so folk kankasa. Yen say folk problem no attack the final third.
Na Hussein chance ya Hussein.
Chairman
utimi ajibo center. Odibo ne pia so sa na dia koma goalkeeper. It's sometimes oju one tiase. So say defender the clans now what minimum defenders how you wanted to clear the ball.
Yeah.
What tiase. Na abranti dey no wajibo na bo abeto na ni mo no ko the goalkeeper only goalkeeper. Goalkeeper no so ya dey ojina mam so nim ni the ball na ba no. Ojina bo because goalkeeper bi anka oba no be hia wo.
Yeah.
Ujine ma train na mpa obend the penalty ball ban nim kaka so abobo no say our keeper na chen oje ho awon tia
Chairman that problem now has to focus
in body it in the half of heart to focus on the ball what I say now the ball ne ko pia so keeper na chen
clearly
who your coach now we yes go lose match and I want to
the reaction of the coach only why we who the coach reaction said
on Tiasie.
Now, who about that Tiasie? Well, who Tiasie?
Chairman, only say House of Folk defense and midfield structure very solid. Says I will check Tima on consider baby a House of Folk. because omu defending ye omu a very strong midfield. Say has and I conceded 7. Obiani in 19 games, Chairman has a conceded just 7. A super, but a common war. Almost a teamer in the league, almost a goals can say in 19 games, almost 12. So clearly, and come on, the BID. Sales for problem no the final third no continue and sales for supporter war no say Hussein Mohammed Ajibon from the own half a lot of time so bet to be decided but you for born into wakwa no the bona ko sheki panensem has the folk ever very close omunya clear cut opportunities golden chances at chairman no say komutimi she has entiman shemu bia and me free say did Dramani I had the ultimate kase yonwa ultimate function no sometimes ayana coaches no own blames there but has to folk players no strikers no attackers no omo let team lay down and we final third ye nwuhwe ebia left banner and also mu peska ko player onim go sheba ko beto as anymore because bibia HS house no omo nya ready because goals no ntimi hye unya these chances now say na then our person support anenye enti going forward I said did Dramani share na sa problems no otimi solve has ebre in terms of goals kotoko so timi koi eko ball draw and chairman kotoko come on minim na open angles bi se Trent be mi asha me ebesi ne mentiasie dientia referee no angi referee Julian Nunu wangi go na ba dance park no mentiasie but from the technical point of view coach Karim Zito etimi enya ne starting berth no ye ne setup no chairman we are for the first time or dropping the 2 players ene de bia no mo bo o check ya Hilary Adabamo set or say Kojamo per their profile omu defensive midfielders Sekoto Koti ball no more deeper. We are very comfortable with the ball. But Kotoko problem. Say ball no air transit from defensive to the midfield third. Progression. Nema Kotoko team progressive game ni but yes.
This video and na me pay ya me nim Trent we the choir fi no dey be. Hwe ade no. Eti o dey no referee give edi say you go.
Mama
player no pure on one defender on one defender and war no when ana Inus Adams ejina ne babe ejina o mon champion by minim di nti ase de wo kan o je foul no edit Inus Adams Inus Adams ni o eti also on one player Inus Adams kra na onu mum kra na player no defender no de ma eye bibia no go sa sensa da ne ono no so
Imano ko bi ne piano goalkeeper no defender inside that Inus Adams now goalkeeper na pion no ani defender every wo but waje fa watia referees no this weekend the chairman ya me anim no kre referees no has a full game no Dreams FC nya clean goal it na a clear goal ya nim ba bi onu so free awanje this Kotoko game Kotoko so a clean goal referee na anje Young Apostles for aba complaining me Young Apostles as the chairman only say Young Apostles 30 season no omo 5 matches no matima we need 3 I draw 1 I lose 1 Richmond Opoku on a yomo target man or she goes ne mo ya hu dia be after Kotoko game no bibia te ko omo ball 11 matches their last level omo we need just 1 chairman enti bi omo performance ne shut down koye but omo so rise on betimi criticize referees. Some of the referees make decisions be almost taking the chairman and more football. Okay,
you can see now. Yeah, and then so in the schools and colleges football competition they do the quarter-final stage, and America will be an
chairman is here. Ukes as you do 2-0.
Okay, for team now.
Yeah, I said Joshua Fuseni be an anchor has a pen on golden kicks. Omu player even the FA Cup finals no can who bobi. Or omu player last year on a J top scorer. This year was actually 3 goals. And then minimum was she be there but omuana boy jumana and protest amas and bosome senior high technical.
I say amas
now protest game 1. Ben pen for the coach they say yambo influo. The chairman game 1 no yes hold. Mo can some ntin can do jam fini o case near second game. but ọma bọ no sisi a from Friday the also so me no federation sometimes amount of one push you all right, but so I'm here no say knockout adana ya wie because me won say Pentecost senior high ne mo supercars and so mienu baako ko protest Pentecost ko protest ya Anglican
na ka say some schools
so mu German
sorry for bobo emom ko unqualified player we are sorry for team
a division school mienu da ela protest ba adana mo kwase pensek etwa so ekoye ba na no Friday
it is say am okay am holding out our Sobia
yes
game no
na our Lady of Grace any
bosome for messages and is Our Lady of Grace omo job be train say amaso on
say coach Mourinho na wa amaso do mu athletics ni ade on e call wa on so omo invest or sports ni it last time ko we amaso free
sports even omo ya de pa science and math quiz
yes
they are doing very well
facilities at amo e wa man ponte won software ja na chi wo no next opa pedal
what of the other games so and so eba so I can't do was.
I know so near match kotoa.
He be fear that kwa. We also mienu go chance the way. No so you bokwai.
Yes.
And I'm so be cast. So no ka teach na me disciple. It ha.
And o was one so doors we say Kwame Dinkra we was. It o mu nyina so teach. Also so ne Christian.
Kelvin.
O doors o.
It is only Christian so ko.
Now o mu wie pa Prempeh College and Sims. Sims the last
and I go no Sims are not because they say
KSS you are free
KSS I say or Sims
they say or Sims and as how much so say Sims no or ban or Jan back to one I feel no 3 months or Jan one was a bone was and was a
coach did you
coach on your coach
you coach on your coach coach
Said the bobo Gaucho so bought fabulous ladies from Ose to Tunia Promotino and also under 17 Black Queens and under 20 Papua New Guinea 2016 and account in Jabia Corano Babebo. No, we are so here to Penino. It is second born here. They are Penny do dinner.
Okay, Andy, only said Daniel Lyons will be drew. You know, he was given a very big welcome on say Kolumashi for the choir near the family. They were there to welcome him. Videos, no. The better trend the better me in and this city was very nice. Or no, at the point now were emotional. Say, you know, a Ghanaian, he had a chance to officiate AFCON in the semi-finals. I mean, that's how big the stage is. I have now just say he was shocked. Oh, he said yeah. And he's young. Also, he now said you must be welcome in. No. The wife Liana. Okay. 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 That's nice.
Nti almost so be bibia na we naja okochi osaso ye HOD sports department o efijase senior high
no asen mami
e be ne
go oliki
anya ne bade ani
na we be ne ba na nya na so dem at the point me was the kasem no I emotional excited say okay is the Abogana referee so boache ko timi ko we don't hear to ninia o se pa
na uzi ninia we
na otumse ninia nti oba bedu ninia na etwi trolley the crowd eden banti then la ya ba oni ko di semi final ye hope so be taye no semi final de chere say the last four chere na obey final no bi it is a World Cup referees from because this time World Cup na expanded into more referees
the pioneers here they almost share video assistant refereeing e Africa ha no omo na first
okay
oka ho na Juliet apia so e ka ho omo na training other referees ni nyina wo ba bia pese video assistant referee ni ye kire o gadgets kwa fa so ye nyina no Daniel Ayi e part into area most of the games one dia ote ehobi eka wanye mena via your assistance ni bi enti eden ya World Cup no ye mompa se obewuram bi na no so atnya te Ghana ni but chabo ayi tachima ntokwa no say players no ho
I say Savannah any ampem da kwa players in the players in the boom
let go nti go ne buy no na say Savannah for no ya e kwa attack referees no say even time kra so na omama go na 2-2 na kwa 3-2 eti ampem da kwa for na ebo home eti chairman na say player ba ko patana na obi ball no to ono so tu na ni no na so retire no so ko ball nti all ball na say goalkeeper no so wa hit no and then so they people back so chama yes na nya asem to akwa place no
okay Andy Garcias Fabwafo no ehonsem and so abre
problem is waiting I have 18 game Adwana Star have only one penalty. He try play the fair play, but I know like talking from the referee. If he's talking the referee, the federation will ban you and stop here. But me, I coming here in the Ghana from working very hard, from coming in the game, from play good football. And who is the best?